This is Jay with Sugar Hill Sway. Dig this baffling intro, man. Okay, I don't understand something, that's why I'm baffled. I had a hole in my tire. Y'all saw the video last week. Y'all saw that I had a hole in my tire, and I tried to put a plug in it myself because I had plugs, I had the tools, had everything to do, but I couldn't get it in there. I couldn't. Where it was at, it was so darn thick, I couldn't get a plug in there. So I tried putting pieces of a plug in there, just to kind of get it to where I could drive it to the tire dealership, or the tire dealer, to without having to change the spare. Well, since I couldn't put it in there, I had to put spare on. I just put the tire with the hole in it in my truck. Carried it to a place, same place I carried my truck to get it serviced and everything. And they come out and tell me. And when I went in, I told the guy just what I just said, that I tried to put a plug in it and couldn't get a plug in it because it was because of where it was at. It was at a funky angle and all that stuff. But anyway, I go down there and I tell the guy at the front desk, I said, I tried to put a plug in it myself and couldn't get the plug to stick. He said, we'll look at it. Hour and a half later, once they finally get to my truck, they come back in there and tell me, said, it's a different guy. The other guy's left. He went somewhere to pick up some tires or something. I don't know. One of the guys comes in and tells me, says, we can't fix that tire because you tried to put a plug in it yourself. I said, it's not even in there. I pulled it out with a pair of pliers. I said, it's not even really in there. That's why I brought it here. He said, it's a company policy. It's not our policy. It's the whole company policy. I'm not going to name the company. But, he said it's a company policy. He said, because now they have to go and fix a hole that you tried to fix. And I'm like, yeah, but it's got a hole in it. I know it's got a hole in it. I tried to fix the hole. He said, yeah, but you tried to fix it. I said, yeah, but it's still a hole. I said, even if I hadn't put a plug in it, I had still made the hole. The hole was on me, I don't understand. He said, well, I said, what if I just run up the road and pull the plug out with a pair of pliers and bring it back? I said, you never know the difference. He said, no, sir, we can't do that. And I'm like, okay, and they're dying for business there, they got maybe 3 guys in the entire place. No, we can't do it. And I'm just baffled. So I took it to another place that I know will do it. They're good people. I just thought it would be a little easier paperwork-wise to carry it to the place where I always get my truck serviced, but I guess I was wrong. But I don't understand. I don't understand that. I don't get it. I don't get it. Alright, so I dropped the tire off. That's a new business there. I dropped the tire off at the place to get it fixed. I told them I had some running around that I had to come back. So I dropped that tire off. And I'm heading out here to a little old town called Hartford. We got a gen out there. It's got one of our pieces of equipment in it, so I got to do a little inspection on it just to see. He wanted me to kind of go through it and check everything, and so I'm going out there, see what all kind of parts I need and everything, so I can order those and have those there whenever I come back to do the work on it. I know exactly what I need to have. But it's a cool gin. That gin's pretty cool gin. Because all of them are unique in their own way, shape, or form, you know. But trying to think of how many thousand of bales they do. It just depends on the year, I think. They actually have two gins. They have one here and one in Georgia. And both gins are highly self-reliant. I mean, they can kind of take care of a lot of problems themselves. So anyway, I'm gonna run out here during ginning season. So I'm gonna run out here and kind of see what kind of parts I need and everything, and order those and get them ready. Me and Weezy going for a ride, ain't we, girl? Me and Weezy taking a trip to the end of the road. Ain't we, girl? Me and Weezy going on a trip. Now we're going back home, ain't we, girl? She loves to ride. She ain't much on the getting out and walking around part, but she loves to ride, don't she? She's a mess, son. It's a Weezy. Ain't that right, girl? Take to Auburn twice, get them look at her because her blood count was dropped, and they finally found out, you know, how to combat it. She's going to be on certain medications for the rest of her life, but they got it fixed. As long as she stays on that medicine, she does fine. Her blood count stays up and everything, so that's good. Accidentally hit the button, Weezy. Going home. Oh, hold on, girl. We almost out. First thing she's gonna have to do when she gets out is go take a squirt. She can't ride 2 minutes without having to get out and go take a squirt somewhere. We home, girl. Alright, y'all, we are in Enterprise, Alabama. There's a porta potty. We're coming down here to this gym. Been working on it for a couple of days. Still got a few days left to go. We got 2 pieces of our equipment in there, and I have to work on both of them. That's the seed house right there. They had a little fire a few weeks ago. Oh. We're gonna go in here and try to get a little work done. If we can. Man is here. The Jenner. He's here. Alright. Let's go in here and see what we can do. Little river, this Choctawhatchee River. See that big beach down there? It's usually, well, there's some folks down there now, but it's a shallow river and it's got a good little beach on it. It's usually, it's hard for me to pass it and not see it and not see anybody down there. That's where you go in down there right at your door. Tell her to follow us. Come on. Ready to get in the truck? You had enough? My wife planted this garden. She's got 4 tomato plants, 1 bell pepper plant, 1 cucumber hill, and 2 more hills of cucumber right there. Gonna put some romaine lettuce down on that end down there. I gotta seed it first though. But my wife put this together and she's been taking care of it and has done an outstanding job. If y'all knew what kind of green thumb she really had, y'all would say, yeah, it's an outstanding job, but shoot, them tomato plants ain't long to bloom. Got a little ways to go, but I mean, this is probably, gosh, I don't think it's 2 weeks old. We got the plants, tomato plants. Those probably about that tall. Those just, you know, just small tomato plants. And she comes out here every night and waters them and tills them. Y'all can see the till marks. I said we're gonna put some romaine lettuce down there. But hey, this is cleaned up pretty good. Little garden plot. Like I said, she's got 1 hill of banana peppers and 3 hills of, or 1 plant of banana peppers and 3 hills of cucumbers. You can grow cucumbers in a toilet bowl. Cucumbers grow anywhere. And make just as many as you can eat. But I thought this was pretty cool. This is pretty nice. Lead on, sister. Got 1 camera that's way back in here. All the way up there where that trail turns off to the right. It's back in there. See how that one did. Alright. Let's walk in here. See if we had any kind of action. Again, I think I see a jug of corn still full. Yep. Alright. Something been missing again or not. Yeah, I saved some money on the corn anyway. We'll change the card out in this camera here. We'll come back and check it next week. If ain't nothing on it then we'll look at moving it around. So. Okay, y'all. Hopefully y'all can hear me over the darn rain. I come out here to try to get away because I didn't want to bother anybody in the house. But I come out here to do the voiceovers for some of the trail cam videos. I've done a real good job, I think, with some trail cams, picking out some good spots. I got 4 cameras out there, and 3 of them were really good spots they turned out to be. I was a little disgruntled yesterday when we were walking around out there, and I didn't see very much corn being gone, you know, so I didn't even have to refill my corn barrels because they weren't very empty. So I was a little discouraged yesterday, thinking that, well, maybe I didn't have that much on there. But I was pleasantly surprised, I guess. We got probably more action out of 3 of those cameras than I have total. One of the cameras, I had a total of 140 something videos, and probably 130 of them, 125, 130 of them actually had wildlife on there. It wasn't just some abstract movement that was triggering the camera. Like I said, we got some coyotes, rabbits, coons, of course, and our dogs that like to roam around here. Now, you got to keep in mind, these cameras right here that I've got set up are probably a good 2 to 3 miles away from where the other cameras were. Yeah, they're probably 2 to 3 miles away. They're a long way away. And these same dogs that come around that were at our previous locations are over there at these locations. So we got plenty of videos of those. And of course, deer and raccoons all over the place. So once they get used to the corn and the feeders being there, or the feed being there, then they'll do a little bit more eating, I believe. But we'll get into it right quick, and y'all just bear with me when it comes to the rain and everything. This is, believe it or not, this is probably the quietest place. There's TVs going all throughout the house, and you can hear them too. I figured I'd run out here. When I run out here, it started raining, so let's get into it, okay? All right, this is at the very first location. This is about the only video that there comes off of this particular location. The next location offers a little bit more. You got this one here. You got a little bunny rabbit fresh off of his Cadbury egg audition. Comes another coon. Coon's gonna find the corn. It don't matter where the corn is. Coon's gonna find it. Especially if you just leave it out open. There's the rabbit again. Now keep in mind, I spread some A1 sauce, some old A1 sauce that I had found in our refrigerator. Alright. So I spread that around. Now look at this deer in the back. She's got something hanging off of her belly, and I'm not sure what that is. I mean, she's way, way, way too old to be an umbilical cord. So I don't think that's what it is. Look, the darn coon and the deer. It always kind of fascinates me to see two different species of animals, like the coon and the deer here, interacting with each other like they do, the way they do. Coon trying to sneak up behind that deer. That deer kick you, coon. But when you got two separate species that interact with each other, and they're kind of passive. Now, coming up here is the most dangerous animal there is. Look at Weezy, sitting up there in the front seat like a statue. Sandy, my wife. There's a coon. I mean, there's a coyote. Yeah, you don't know what to do with that darn corn. Goes another rabbit right down the road. Now right there is a hunting road right there on the other side of the corn right there, that jug of corn. You'll be able to see it better in this next video here. There you can see the road. Now this deer, I mean, I have put it right on a trail because they come out from behind the camera to in front of the camera. And that's a pretty little, looks like a doe. I'm sure it's a doe. Big ears. They pick up WTVY with them ears. Now there's a trail on the other side of the road. If you can see it, I don't know if you can see it, but straight through on the other side of the road, there's another trail that goes back in that way. And that's where I originally was going to try to put it. But since I couldn't get it over there, I was going to try to get it back on this side of the road. And that's what I did, and I'm glad I did. Now there's our little troublemaker dogs. Now keep in mind, where these cameras are about 2 to 3 miles away from the other cameras, where the other cameras were. And you got these dogs. I've caught them plenty of times. And I've caught these dogs in the yard and had to run them out of the yard before. But these dogs, I've caught them on my other trail cams before. Like I said, about 2 to 3 miles away from where this location is. So they get around pretty good. They making the rounds. And it's 2 packs of them. Now there's some coons again. Now we're not really that close to a creek. We're probably 300 or 400 yards from a creek. So these coons, well, maybe not quite that way. No, yeah, I bet we are. We're probably 200 or 300 yards away from the nearest creek. And I'm sure the sense of smell is what's drawing them there. The sense of look at that little buck. There, where I put the A1 sauce out that time. So Well, not that time. On every one of these little bait bottles, I put out a little bit of A1 sauce just to kind of draw something there. I'm gonna probably go get me some sardines and stick out there next time. That ought to draw all kinds of crap. There's another coyote. He's looking a little rough now, I'll be honest with you. But I'm sure the coyotes are just drawn by the sense of smell. There's the, look at him. He's going to go in there and get him a handful like he's washing his hands, but he's really getting him a handful of corn. Sometimes them darn coyotes, I mean not coyotes, but raccoons get so enamored with what they're doing, trying to get that corn out of that jug. I believe I could sneak up behind them and grab them if I wanted to. He'd probably tear my tail clean out of the frame, but he'd be pretty preoccupied. All right, these two are back again. Different day. You can believe it. That little female right there in the middle of the screen, she seems like she's... All right, there's Prissy and me as we're walking up trying to... we're fixing to change the card out in the camera. I left the cameras there. I just changed the card out. So this is a different spot, different pack of dogs, but I've caught them on my game cameras before. I think they were in like last week's video, I think. And this is even further away. This is probably another quarter of a mile further away from where the other cameras were. Look at the shoulders on that pit right there, that old black pit right there. Of course, that other one took a squirt and had to cover it up, but those are somebody's dogs. Those are, they're too healthy to be just old stray dogs. Just, you know, out here in the country, folks just let the dogs, you know, run wild because they always come back when they're supposed to. And there's another little rabbit right there. All right, here come the deer. Now this is a really, really, really good spot. I had a good feeling about this spot because right there where she's at, right there, all right there, there's a little, it's right there close to a pine thicket, and there's just an open spot right there where they got some green grass growing. So I knew that the deer would be all over that because they got cover all around them and they got, you know, green grass right there. So they don't really know what to do with the bait bottle there. They don't know. They know that there's corn in it and there's corn on the ground, but they're not really sure about exactly what to do yet. They'll get used to it. Once they, you know, get used to that bottle, and all they got to do is hit it one time with the nose and it comes out. Of course, there's another deer there. I got 3 of them there. Once they hit it one time and see that the corn comes out of that jug, they'll start just beating the life out of it, and I probably have to change those jugs out every week. But right now, they're just not very, they're a little paranoid about it. They're not really comfortable with that jug, and you'll see that on throughout the videos here. Of course, the rabbit knows what to do with the corn. All right, look at this red bird fitting to pop up, fitting to pop up, fitting to pop up. Little cardinal, look out now. There he goes. What do they say when a cardinal appears? There's a you're in the presence of one of your loved ones that's passed away or something like that. I'm sure y'all know what I'm talking about. If I'm wrong, correct me in the comments down there. Let's see, there's another deer. Now, I think this is the one that kind of looks like she's pregnant. I don't know. She's fuller in the belly than the other deer that come up, and there'll be some other deer that come up. Hey man, what you doing? Get on. Now, that's a buck there. That was a buck. I hope no buck is pregnant. Oh, there's a whole line of jokes that go down that road. See, they'll eat all around that jug. They'll even eat the corn that's in the jug. That's at the jug, but they won't hit it. All right, now here's a good vantage point from so you can kind of see exactly what it looks like during the daytime, what it looks like normally. Those nighttime cameras, all you see is what the light lights up, the infrared light. But this right here, you can kind of see, and this whole little area right here is probably, oh shoot, I'm trying to think of how big it would be in comparison, but you can kind of see it's a relatively little, nice little spot right there. It's probably about, I don't know, 20 yards, probably about 60 feet by about another 100 feet, probably about 100 foot square maybe. It's just like this right here. But you can see the deer during the day, and you can actually see how the grass is and everything looks during the day. Of course, there's a little old bird right there in the middle. Right there. He probably knows where the corn is too. Not exactly sure what he can do with it, but no, that's the pregnant deer right there on the left. She looks like she got a gut full of deer, baby deer. It looks like it anyway. That one on the right, if that one on the right will ever come into view, see her? That one on the right, see how thin she is, see how fat the one on the left is? You can't let that scary thing of corn get you, girl. Trying to run away from the corn. Looks like corn, smells like corn, tastes like corn. But is it really corn? Is it really corn? Yeah, who would be putting the corn out just for us to come by and eat? They'll get used to it though. Look at him. Watch this. Hey man, don't look at the camera. Just do your natural thing. Don't look at the camera. Keep on walking, nothing to see here. Okay, we're walking. We're walking. There you go. Man, I don't know what this red light is on this tree. We gotta find out what it is. Alright, that's gonna be about it. That's gonna do it for the trail cams. Hope y'all enjoyed that. There's probably more trail cam footage on this one than there has on any of the others. So, hope y'all enjoyed that. Okay, y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed this week's video. That's going to do it for us this week. We got more trail cam videos this week because we got new locations, and like I said, I'm really kind of pleased with the locations that we picked out. And the video of us driving by on the truck with me and me driving and my wife holding Weezy, which is our little Boston Terrier. She looks like a little statue when she goes by. She's cute as she can be. She's an inside dog, like I've said before. She's an inside dog. She's not really an outside dog. She's not a runner. We had to go pick up a little wagon for her to put her in so we could wag and pull her around, you know. But that's going to do it for this week. Don't forget Shop Time videos on Tuesdays and Thursday nights. And don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate y'all watching. That's all we got. Thanks.